Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Let's Play. Let me start that again. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Triaxx2. Now, I've already gone and I built a leadstone chainsaw. That's a recipe for it. And it required a leadstone motor. I used up an awful lot of lead on this, but it's not really that bad. But while caving in the While caving in the mountains over there, I found quite a lot of iron, a fair amount of gold, enough diamonds that we will be able to make a quarry once we get some power, get the ability to get power over there. But most importantly, what I found was actually some sulfur, and it was the railcraft sulfur, which is found near lava underground, and so I was able to make a couple of hardened flux capacitors. All of my Tinker's tools now have redstone flux capabilities, so they can be recharged. The electromagnet is incredibly helpful for mining, by the way. I'm going to try a little later and see if this bow of bone can fire Tinker's construct arrows. If it can, that would be fantastic. And we'll see about making ourselves some nice quality arrows to shoot. There's actually a slime island just there, and that we can use to get some slime leaves to make some nice slime fletching. But really what I want the hardened chainsaw for is for two reasons. First, the leadstone chainsaws break when they run out of energy, which is really annoying. So I decided to go ahead and immediately upgrade to the hardened chainsaw, and since it's a bit annoying to craft, I just left it out. If you want to see me craft it, please post a comment and I will do that. But for right now, what I'm going to do is run upstairs and stick this in here. And it's actually charging pretty quickly. So what do I want to change? Why do I want a chainsaw? Well, a couple of reasons. One, I never remade my lumber axe, but mostly because I want to try out the chainsaw. Excuse me. But mostly it's because if I take the sorry about that. If I take this chainsaw and something going down, if I take this chainsaw and go out and shear some sheep, we can actually construct our third Archimedes ship. Come on, let me sleep. Thank you. And this third Archimedes ship will be a much less... It'll actually be a slower method of travel, but it will be and I hope right-clicking is the trick. Yes, there we go. And the reason I'm using this instead of shears, or rather, instead of using the railcraft shears, is simply because the railcraft shears will eventually break, whereas these can be... I wonder, did I leave this with the spinning wheel or with the... It's actually pretty fast. That is... Nope, that's not the spinning wheel. Alright. Should be in this chest here. Yes. So it means we need the wrench and the remote. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and leave this on the spinning wheel. And this is why we have an electromagnet. Oh. Well, that's why that broke. Alright. Because I'm not as smart as I think I am sometimes. Right. So, yeah. Okay. need to do is put these back, and then put these back. I was wondering why that. I came back to the base, and the cart was going around in circles, and I couldn't figure out why. Okay, well, I have to remember not to do that again. Duh. Yep. Okay, and so that will make that into string. And what we need to make are balloons. Ballons? Balloon. Typing, I cannot. I have no idea why even that's there. So, in order to make an Archimedes ship fly, your ship needs to be constructed of at least 40% of its structure in balloons. Well, it's not as easy as it sounds. But it's also not quite as difficult as it sounds. So, we just take this wool and take this string. Okay, now I have 10 air balloons. So, what I need to do is grab some wood and 4 wood. Aww. So 4 balloons is actually more than sufficient for, 4 planks is more than sufficient for this task. And the best thing about Archimedes ships is I can simply build it like this. And grab that there. And simply throw myself. The ladders fell off my mining vessel. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright, so apparently Tinker's blocks are not acceptable. Yeah, it worked. Okay. I was hoping that the world wouldn't explode when I did that. Alright, so if I've done this right, a simple right click and an assembly, and we now have an airship, because 66% of it is balloons. Wow, that's bouncy. X is to ascend, and Z takes us down. Okay, so what are we looking for? Well, the truth of the matter is that we want to go actually up this way. And the reason is we are still looking for a desert. We're actually rather desperately seeking a desert. And the reasoning is because once we have a desert, is that we can grow cactus. And cactus is kind of important. Oh, you know what? I've forgotten something. Well, you know what? It's not that important. Eventually the plan is to... Well, okay. Let me rephrase it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Modded Minecraft with Triaxx2. Between the last cut and this part, I've actually taken the airship and gone way, way far north. I stopped at a village here. I stopped at an altar here. Looks as there were actually 2 altars here. I think I stopped at this one, but I did not notice that one at the time. I went up this way, stopped at this village and this village. This village and this village I saw on the way back down. I went up here, saw this estuary, and turned this way. This is a pretty good sized oil well, and we're going to run a train out that way eventually. Probably not right away. It's an awfully long trip. Yeah, if you look here, I'm trying to point at the screen. At the bottom of the screen, you can see the X and Z coordinates of this oil well versus, and then at the bottom is our X and Z coordinates. It's almost better than 4,000, no, nearly 4,000 blocks. No, nearly 5,000 blocks is what I'm trying to say. I can't words this morning. So it's a pretty long distance away, and there's an altar here. I think I stopped at that one too, but I didn't find anything interesting. This is another oil well that I missed when I was originally going. Pretty sure. Yeah, pretty sure that's an oil well. I'm waving my mouse around, but I don't think you can see my mouse, which is awkward. This is a roofed forest here, up in this top left corner. I'm using my mouse to gesture, but I probably can't see it. So I swung up this way, and then got to this beach, and saw that it was leading into another ocean, so I turned around and came this way. Come on, map, thank you. And then swung over here. I'm pretty sure I stopped at this altar. No, it's not an altar, it's an obelisk, isn't it? Yeah, it is. No, brown. There should be a little brown dot if it's an altar instead of an obelisk. I stopped and attacked an obelisk. I don't recall where. I managed to kill the Crimson Cultist, but I didn't get anything good out of it. Except a pair of greaves that I'll show you in a moment. And I swung this way, and then turned back north, and crossed this estuary. It's a whole lot easier when you can fly. This is a plains. I missed that village for some reason. I don't know why. Swung up this way, swung around here, then came back down this way, turned again, and there's a pure node. It's actually from a silverwood tree. And it's really hard to tell because hang on, let's see. Off. Close that. Yeah, this little bit of greenery here, that's a magical forest. So if I go back there and get I'm going to turn that back on so I don't lose it. So if I go back there and grab the pure node, I chopped down pure node. I chopped down the rest of the tree. So if I go back and with a cardboard box, which we're going to set up a Precision Sawmill from Mechanism to make, and also because I need more wood. I always need more wood. I can grab it with that and then set it up somewhere else, wherever I like it. I'll probably set it up inside our forest to the north, but then I swung around and swung this way and came south. Now this time, I turned off this way and headed down here in the hopes. This is a really neat village. It's entirely in the water. Sometimes you'll find them half on land, half off land, but this one was really cool. Swung down here. I was hoping to find a desert. I saw sand here. I got real excited, but this is actually a Sahel. I'm not sure the exact pronunciation, but it's actually a real world biome, if you will. I don't know if biome is the correct term, but it's on the border between the grasslands and the Sahara Desert. Sadly, Minecraft doesn't follow those rules, so it's not a guaranteed desert. It's bump the mic again. It's desert-like, but while you can find many fine things in it, including cinder pearls, which are Thaumcraft plants that can be broken up into blaze powder, it does not have a single cactus. And it uses stone housing or wooden housing instead of desert-style sandstone housing. I'm not quite sure why, but I found some cinder pearls and a few interesting things. Then I swung around here. This is Highlands, I want to say. I think it's Highlands biome. Then back across an autumn forest, over a swamp, more autumn forest, and back into land we'd explored. And then I came back home here. So we're going to go ahead and first I'm going to show you first I'm going to sleep. These are the Crimson Cult banners. I just put them out here for now. I'll move them to my Thaumcraft area once I build it. Just a moment while I sleep. Alright, there we go. If you'll notice, my hearts down in the are actually glowing, and that's because amongst the things that I located, or rather found, was a ring of protection, which gives me +1 runic shielding. Excuse me. Why do I have a belt on? Oh, it's the pants. Yeah, and these are Crimson Cult Greaves. They aren't very good, but they look kind of neat, and so I put them on. This gives me a plus runic shield +1, which protects me basically from one hit, but it means that that first hit does not count against my life bar, which is nice. And an Apprentice's Ring of Air. I'm not sure. You know what? I can actually check. Let me grab my tool bag and my wand and switch to our focus. One focus shock versus if I take this off. Yeah. Okay, so it's not doing anything here, but I think it works when you oops, clicked the wrong thing. I think it works when you're making stuff in this table, then the ARV is at a discount. But yes, the hardened chainsaw actually turned out to be very, very useful. Oh, you can see I punched out the floor here, because we have a lot more space that we need storage for. Oh, I found a couple of additional of Ender IO the Ender swords. And they're actually pretty useful to have. You can if I grab one and hold shift, yeah, you can upgrade them. And empowered is just the first upgrade. Also got a silverwood sapling and a shimmer leaf. Excuse me. There's diamond horse armor, and I want to say that no, some packs you can melt that down into useful things, but here it's just in case I ever get a horse. I didn't mean to come up here. But yeah, so I chopped out the floor a bit because we need a little more storage space. I'm not sure. I'm considering taking all of this stuff and things and moving it out of the house. Okay, let's not make the viewers dizzy, please. Considering taking it all and moving it out of this house. And if I do that, I'll want to make some packing tape. I don't know if this has a damage bar. I've never used this before. I don't know if it has a damage bar or if it's one packing tape per drawer. But essentially, I'll be able to use the packing tape on it, break down the drawers, and carry them off to my storage warehouse. I'm thinking that might be what I set up over here on this beach. And just build a great big stone and brick building and store all my stuff in it, and then have it delivered to me via train by a logistics system. Because if you inventory, I might use this for a few things. If anything turns out to be poisonous, oops, excuse me, like the Ender IO sludge boiler. Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, this is pipe. The Ender IO sludge, not the Ender IO. Mine Factory Reloaded sludge boiler poisons you if you get too close, but if it's connected with Ender IO cables and these remote awareness upgrades, you can actually access the sludge boiler and everything it generates from where it can't hurt you. So, which is very useful to have. It does require a nutrient distillation, but that's not really that hard to make. but this is the Logistics Inventory System Connector. It requires a buffered inventory, so you can't use it with a tesseract, but you can use it with an ender chest, or as it points out, a train. You can get clever with trains. Oops, wrong button. What we need... No, we need that, if you please. Okay, that appears to be turned off. Yep. I will, fix that. But essentially, you'd plug one system in here, and then one system off in the, warehouse, and you would be able to request across. So I could have a request table here, and yeah, just tell it I want an oak sapling, and the system over there would pull it and put it into an item loader and send the cart over here where it would get sucked into an unloader and dropped in the table. So I could have anything on this list, just searchable. Tell it, okay, I want that. It sucks it out, spits it into a train or a mine cart or a storage cart. Words! They're escaping me today. It's been a couple of days since I last recorded this. Far Harbor just came out for Fallout 4, and I got sidetracked. But then it would show up here, and I could craft with it, and I'd be able to send stuff back. I think it'd require two trains. I think it would require 2 trains in order to do that, but we'll work that out a little later. Right now, what we need is a sawmill. Now, I could use the thermal expansion one, but I don't want to. What I want is this, and it's not that expensive. Needs a little bit of steel, and I've been collecting steel. I was collecting steel. Where'd my steel go? Part of the reason I'm collecting steel, I have steel here someplace. I still have, okay, I've got 1 block of steel on me, which came from one of the mini chests I looted. And I don't want to use this. Don't want to use this steel stuff. I put that. Oh, all right. Sorry, a little disoriented here. Don't I have a TNT cart storage? Yeah, I did. Okay. Somewhere up here is TNT carts. I wish I could... right there. Next to my rotten flesh. Oops. Okay. I'm sidetracked again. Oops. Oh, I don't want... wooden cart. Last thing I want is a wooden TNT cart to blow me up. Oh, I was going to put my dark steel away as well. So, essentially... Oh, I know where that's at. Never mind. We're going to go upstairs. So, what I did was to set up a bunch of... Oh, I'm not as smart as I think I am. Anyway, so what I did was 1, 2, 3, 4... set up a bunch of iron to be cooked into steel. And this is not behaving itself. I cannot figure out why. This is set to output, which is dark blue. So this slot should automatically eject. This has been set up correctly this time, so that infuse is purple. I wonder if perhaps I need to input dark red. But it should automatically take the compressed carbon that this makes into the infuse slot, which is this purple one here, and start the infusion process, which is kind of noisy, so we're going to go outside for a little bit and check in on the farm. And oh, there it goes. Now it's behaving. Okay. So maybe I think what happened is that the infuser requires an input slot be listed, and so it had to have that before it could where's the sun? The sun's going down. Alright. Well, we're gonna... I said I don't want to do bees on camera. Because... They're incredibly boring. But I've got cows and sheep. I should probably breed some more sheep. I should definitely breed more cows so I can make additional backpacks. But yeah, orange tulips. I don't mind breeding bees. It doesn't really bother me the way it does some people. But mostly what I use bees for are dyes, because you get a few bees running together, and I thought I... Alright, fine. There. But you get a few bees going, and they will very quickly make lots of flowers. I actually had I got a couple of pieces of nitor from I'm gonna stick that, organize that and stick that there. There's two things you can do with knowledge fragments from Thaumcraft. You can right click them and get a bunch of additional aspects, which is useful because sometimes you run out. And the other thing you can do is if you get 9 of them, you can put them in a crafting grid, and you'll get a random piece of knowledge. Nope, not there. It's technically armor. I also got 2 more hobbyist steam engines and 2 more. Yeah, I should have 2 more. Nope, stop it. Yep, 2 more rolling machines. So I got 9 of those, and then a bunch of these. I'm just gonna stick these in the chest as well. Oops. The hearts can go in there. Now I also got from the altars. You know what? I'll just go put the chainsaw back on charge for now. One moment. Sorry. So we're gonna set the chainsaw to charging while we're waiting. But I got common treasure and didn't get anything? That's weird. And again. Oh, there we go. We got a potion of poison and a splash potion of regeneration too, which is actually nice. Not the poison so much, but now let's see if we get anything good out of here. Nothing. Oh, ender pearl and an apprentice's ring of Ignis. That'll be useful when we're crafting. And oh, I also got a leather tunic. Yay. Potion of harming and a potion of night vision. Night vision's not so bad. Potion of harming. I don't think that's very good. I may have to set up a brewing stand so I can make it a splash potion of harming. That's definitely not better than the ability to fly, as intermittently as it may be. I also got some alumentum, but I don't remember from where. And here's the cinder pearls. I thought I'd put them in my storage system, but I guess not. I need another. I need a chest. 1, 2. Actually, fir one's nice, but it turns into spruce planks, so it's not especially special. Stop it. Thank you. We'll just Here, we'll stick you here. You can be the miscellaneous Thaumcraft bits chest. I gotta organize all. Speaking of miscellaneous Thaumcraft bits. Oh, I did find some. Oh, I have more Thaumcraft. You know what? Let's go ahead and see what our Thaumcraft knowledge is real quick. And oh, that's okay. Never mind. You know what? I know what all this stuff is. This is from those other treasure bags. We got a bunch of gold coins, a gold ingot, some glowstone dust, and an emerald. I don't think the obsidian was from there, but the emerald's actually kind of nice. Here, we'll stick that in here and in there. I do have 2 controlled circuits. I'm gonna need. Alright, I'll grab 1 iron and 1, 2, 3, or 1 redstone and 4 iron. Or 10 iron. Battling. Right. So we're gonna go here because it's convenient. It looks magically cool. And we need to right click to reveal this. And the answer is ethereal bloom. Oh, that's actually not a bad research. And we even have everything to make it. I'm gonna research that off camera. I need to go out into the ocean. I'm gonna probably take the mining barge, the mining vessel. I think it's got to be renamed now that I took the helm and put it on there. But we'll take that out to the ocean and go squid hunting. Actually, speaking of what we need to do, let's see. As you can see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of iron ore, plus a little bit that I already processed. So, yeah, I have a lot of iron. Oops. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, 40 steel dust, so that ought to keep us in dust for a while. So I'm going to set that to processing. But yeah, I got a lot of iron out of that mining trip. I actually also got a shiny ore. And smelting, sag milling. Now, if I built an induction smelter in either pyrothene gets you 1, and got my hands on some cinnabar, which I can do either pulverizing redstone, gold gives me a very tiny chance, or I could take cinnabar ore and some gelid cryothium. No, because yeah, no. That's just really, really stupidly hard to get. So I'll probably just sag mill that, but it'll get us some shiny. And I don't necessarily like shiny, because really the only thing you use it for is tesseracts, and I don't have any use for tesseracts. Grab an osmium. And we should have our... Yep. Okay, so... And I'm going to grab some more iron, because we're going to make the sag mill. Not sag mill. Sawmill. So grab that. One of those. And pow. 1 precision sawmill. And we plunk that there. Now we're going to grab some wood. Okay, door closed behind me, right? I should probably set up a pressure plate for that. But I'm just going to make some birchwood planks. I just kind of like the look of birchwood. My last couple of houses were actually spruce wood. Which is fine, I don't have any objection to spruce wood, but after a while the big, dark, depressing houses get, well, depressing. So, excuse me. And I just wanted this one to be a birch house. Oh boy, I've gone way over time. Didn't realize that was there. Alright, so I'm gonna break the episode here so it doesn't go too long, because it takes forever. That makes it take forever to upload, even on fast internet, or faster internet. And we'll be right back.